Okay, everyone, it's a new day. Is it though? All of the days these days are just kind of blending into one. And this is the current situation. Yeah, so I pulled all of the decorative items and I'm starting to pack them into boxes. It feels really good to affirm that this move is happening, that the shift is happening, because I think generally I'm feeling being in a liminal space where you're moving towards somewhere new, but you're not fully in the new yet. That is me. And none of what the next step may or may not be is clear. I can't tell you how many times a day I'm like, so where are we going? What's happening? I keep getting this intuitive feeling very strongly that's saying you're not gonna know until you've taken the next step. Like, we'll be moved out of here and then the next step will be clear, which is so very, very comforting, but also that like really powerful, like learning how to just be with the discomfort of not knowing and being in this transition space and meeting it as it is and not needing to shift it and change it to make it more comfortable or feel more secure. Like, I'm secure in me and in the process, not necessarily in the solution to the destination. Lil is, you can't even see her. Are you helping? Oh, there she is. Her little eyes. Oh, she's so precious. You know when you're like looking at your animals and you're like, how are you real? It just like shatters my heart with love, like every time I see her. So I've come up with a system of how to keep track of what's in all of the boxes. Feeling pretty proud of that system and continuing to get rid of things and let things go, which is actually turned into a really beautiful process. I see something that I'm ready to let go of and then I'm thinking of somebody who I think would love it or that I think might benefit from it. And then I message them and I'm like, hey, I was thinking about you as I've been packing up and, you know, I know you love this or I know you love that. Are you interested? And so far everybody's like, yes, oh my God, I would love that. And so it's become this really beautiful bonding experience. When you gift people things that were yours, just a really beautiful story. Anyway, what's coming? As me and Hannah, my best friend, always say, we're always like, what is coming? What's coming? Usually with like the little eye emojis. Yeah. I should probably eat lunch. Okay, I need to go make lunch for sure, but I also really want to go to the post office. I'm all over the place today. Okay, decision has been made. We're going to the post office. Classic small town post office. You can't come here without seeing someone and talking to them for like 20 minutes. Oh, it's so wholesome. Okay, so there's nothing at the post office. Guess who had a bunch of letters to mail, but didn't bring them? I'm just so excited to go to the post office. Living in a small town, like literally, it is a school, a post office, a tiny community-owned co-op, and a library. You can drive through the town and I'm through the whole town. That was the whole town. So Noel and I make the joke all the time because we live in such a small town that we say it's been a big day. I have to go out and go to the post office. Okay. We're doing a black bean burrito. Ooh. A good avocado. This avocado was loved and went to private school. Yeah, are you hungry? Yeah. I fed you and then you threw up all of your food. All right, lunch is served. Oh, what were you gonna say? Oh, okay. There was, a few minutes ago, a very tense standoff between Lil and Bodhi around who can lay claim to the box real estate. That's not even comfortable. You're laying on books. You don't care. You're in a box. You're in a box, so you're happy. Oh my God. It is so hot. I honestly think it might be time to get an afternoon treat. And I'm not gonna lie, what I'm craving is a peppermint patty. I have so much judgment about my affinity for peppermint patties. I'm like, what am I, 90? No offense to peppermint patty, But I don't know why I associate those candies with like old people. Do I go get a peppermint patty? Do I drive? Yeah, I need a peppermint patty. I've realized something about myself when it comes to treats and like snacks. Like I've always been a snacky person. And I thought to myself that I was being smart and being responsible and buying some extra snacks to have at home. Not the same thing. Something about the ritual of going to get a snack is crucial to my sense of fulfillment. I like have to go out and get a snack. Is that crazy? That's insane. That's okay. Okay, a lot happened at the co-op at our little grocery store. I got my peppermint patty. It is now in the fridge for 3 to 5 minutes. If you know peppermint patties, you know that this is the magic trick. So what happened at the grocery store was I saw my neighbor. We bonded over the fact that our go-to sweet treat is peppermint patties. He actually told me, he said, I have an affinity for people that eat peppermint patties because I think it's just a particularly good kind of person that eats peppermint patties. I now feel very good about the fact that I am now in the cool peppermint patty club. And all previous feelings of feeling like maybe eating peppermint patties was, you know, to be looked down upon is gone. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about my peppermint patty situation. Okay, so I spent so much time just talking to my phone. Like, I don't know if I will ever get comfortable with the fact, like, that's what I'm actually doing right now. I am alone in my house talking to my phone. And Bubba's being cute. Bubba, did you need space after the standoff with Lil about the box? I understand. During my interaction with this wonderful gentleman who is also a peppermint patty aficionado, basically he brought up another good point. This is gonna make it sound like I am a peppermint patty, like, weirdo. I'm really enjoying saying peppermint patty. It rolls off the tongue, you know, like peppermint patty.
Although I don't like the word patty.
Oh my God, the heat is getting to me. I am all over the place. Okay, what I didn't have the heart to tell this man though about his very reasonable rationale is that I don't know if not having peppermint patties at home would at all affect the amount of total peppermint patties I consume. And I just want to be clear, I'm not like a peppermint patty fanatic. I'm going through a phase of really appreciating the peppermint patty. And, you know, the reason for that of, you know, my consumption not being affected is because of this weird psychological thing that I have where it's like, I'm not satisfied by a snack unless I get in my car and go get me a snack. It must be some sort of childhood. Oh, and it is a perfect peppermint patty. Okay, I had no idea this would become such a thing. Yeah, it must be like a childhood thing. You know, it was like when you were young and it was like, oh, you get to go to the store and get a snack. That must be playing into this whole snack experience fixation. It's not a fixation, but okay. Wow. Wow. So I don't chew the peppermint patty. I squish it. Gotta change the angle. I have to be honest, guys. I have so many different feelings and parts of myself coming forward about recording any of this. Of that, this is the vlog that number one, that I'm vlogging. And number two, that I'm doing like this, we're talking about peppermint patties. I feel so many things about that. So much judgment. I'm feeling self-conscious, self-doubt. I'm also feeling like excited, goofy, all at once. Just from a little vlog. It's just so interesting how a completely different personality of mine is front and center. The deep philosophical side is just like a lot of pauses to enjoy this peppermint patty in this conversation.
This is how I am with my closest friends. But yeah, I think everybody's kind of like this, where you show different sides of yourself depending on how comfortable you are with people and the context and the situation. This idea that like people that are very accomplished or, you know, very important and profound are just like always these one-dimensional characters that are always like very poised and It's just like, oh, no, it's just, number one, that sounds fucking boring. You know, I bet even people like Gandhi, you know, had a goofy side, you know, you just didn't see it. I judge myself sometimes of like embodying that standard, you know, to be taken seriously or to, I also think that I'm realizing that part of my discomfort is that this is the side of me that I show people that are really, really close to me. Oh, this is so meta because I'm alone and I'm in this context. This is just the side that's naturally coming out, not having an audience that's like alive right in front of me. But the fact that this is something that will be contextualized and presented in a platform where people that are strangers that don't know me are watching it. Woo! Talk about vulnerability overwhelm. It also like really makes me think about how my brain is rationalizing this. It's weird because I rationally understand that that is the context that this is happening, but that's not how my system, nervous system, mental system is relating to this. It's relating to this in a very casual, very open, very free way. There's a lot to think about. The last bit. I cannot wait to do that tomorrow. Done. Oh my God. I'm just realizing that when I went to go get my peppermint patty, I totally could have gone and taken the letters and the postcards that I need to send to the post office. Okay, so now I've done this thing where I'm like, okay, so I know that I have to go to the post office. I may as well write another 10 or 15 postcards and thinking of you letters. Why do I do this? Okay, I'm gonna stop myself now. I've got my cards, time to go back to the post office. I am so self-conscious about how this is coming across as me just being like an insanely privileged person that can like totally afford to be totally irresponsible with their time. Yeah, that's not reality. Okay, let's stop to appreciate that view. Done. And I've just made an executive decision. I am not going back home right away. I think I need to go be in nature. I need to go and discharge all of this pent up energy that I feel in my system from packing and just being inside and being crazy hot. So there's a little river that I will be to in legitimately like 5 seconds. This is the river that I always go to. You can have friends with land and rivers and trees, okay guys? That's not a weird thing. I'm here. Oh, so excited. Yeah. Oh my God. Oh, you hear the birds. Oh, it's so nice. Whoa. Well, it felt so restorative and good to explore and be by the water. I don't think I'm gonna go swimming today. So I think I'm gonna go back to the car, and I think I might go bug Noel at work. Okay, slight change in plans. My camera memory was full, so I actually had to come home. In addition to washing all of the mud off of my body, which I'm just realizing I missed some. Life has been so incredibly full, and I know that I am not alone in feeling that. I feel like everybody that I talk to and everybody that I know is, you know, has shared stories with me and is sharing a similar sentiment about how much is going on, how much there is to handle, how much there is to take care of. And yeah, there's so many things going on in my life right now that I really, yes, I have made the conscious decision to just allow myself to be where I'm at and to not judge myself super harshly, and also to be really aware of where I'm conforming to particular standards from something outside of me about how I think I should be moving, how much I should be getting done, how I should be creating, you know, the timelines on all of those things. When we are in these spaces, the best standards is our own standards and not necessarily like what conforms to, you know, capitalistic standards or what other people are doing or what we think we should be doing, but really what's kind of naturally unfolding. And so, you know, if you're in a similar place and you've got a lot going on, I hope you're being gentle on yourself, because you deserve gentleness and you deserve understanding. And here's the other thing that I'm starting to realize is that when we get out of our own way in terms of projecting how we think we should be doing things, it's like that's when the magic has space to happen and flow. Because we're kind of crazy to think that we know how something should be going. You never know. I can't tell you how many times, instead of conforming to a, you know, more traditional timeline or doing something in a certain way, that the not doing it that way is actually what led to what ultimately was the right thing and the right timing and all of these like blessings and honestly like miracles to come in. But I just had to get out of my own way. It's so funny because in retrospect, we always do this thing. We look back and we're like, oh my God, that was the perfect timing. Like, gosh, I wish I wasn't so hard on myself. I wish I hadn't beaten myself up so much about how I was doing what I was doing, because in the end, it just ended up working out anyway, you know, including I'm not gonna be hard on myself for not making the bed today. Today was not the day for making the bed. Okay, once again, another little change in plans. Not necessarily gonna go bug Noel at work, but there is karaoke at one of the local vineyards. So I think that this is where I will leave you off. Thank you so much for spending the day with me. Thank you for witnessing me in my process with all of my parts that are coming up and my insecurity and my fluctuations and my all my things, just in my humanity. Thank you for witnessing me in my humanity. And that's why I love doing this. That's a good way to put it. But anyway, yeah, but thank you. Wherever you are in the world, I hope you have some space to find the courage to be vulnerable, embrace your humanity, even if it's just a little bit more, because that's where our power is. That's where our magic is. So, okay, off I go. Mwah. I am wearing eyeliner. I'll keep you back here because if you look up close, it's like, ooh. Almost hit that car. I'm here to eat, guys. Oh no! I keep finding beetles that have died. That can't be good. This really wasn't the vibe. Oh, wow. The trash smells. Actually, I'm crazy. Wait, never mind. Oh my God, my arm is so tired. I'm not in shape for vlogging. Waste not, want not. I'm gonna stop waving my peppermint patty at you, but this is a plumago. The plumago wants to say hello. Say hello, plumago. Is it? Peppermint patty. Touching my head. Okay, wait, I have to go turn off the really intense Nordic music in the background. It was the dog that chases my car every single time I drive by, and his name is Paco. His legs are like that tall. There is Paco's house. Yes. Okay. There's a rainbow! Oh my God! Would you like to examine my wares? What was I saying? Oh, right. It's a hummingbird. You know what I love about hummingbirds? Plan their migration routes depending on sources of food. So if you have a hummingbird feeder, they create like a mental map of where all of the food points are and visit the same places each year, which means, I love this so much, that each year you likely have the same hummingbirds returning year after year to your hummingbird feeder. So it's kind of like having old friends come to visit every year. So now every time I see a hummingbird, I'm like, do I know you? Have I seen you before? And now I like want to give them names. Like, oh, there's Gerald again. Or, oh, Bob's back. Bob the hummingbird. There would be much more magical names than that.